Hello and welcome to the Women's Football Show. It has been a while since I've done one of these, but there's been a lot happening. A lot more than the men's team, let's be honest. I mean, we've had a new head coach, a new striker. What's next? Arsenal women are really doing business in this summer transfer window. As we announced earlier this year, Joe Montemurro did resign from being the head coach of Arsenal. And there was a lot of rumours circulating who would be the next coach. Would it be ex-player and Manchester United manager Casey Stoney? And the rumours got even hotter after she announced that, she will not be at Man United next season. But no, it was one that nobody expected, but a very good head coach indeed in Jonas Eidevall. Now, he joins us from Sweden and he's very experienced in women's football. He's also been a manager in men's football at a younger age. He's 38 years of age and he joins us as the new Arsenal women's head coach, experienced in Champions League football, and he's super excited to get the ball rolling and get us to be that top one side again, not top two, not top three. Yes, we've qualified for Champions League, but we need to be winning those titles again, and that is what he's come over to Arsenal to do. I'll tell you a bit about our new head coach. So he joins us from Swedish side Rosengard, and he helped the Malmo-based club reach the quarterfinals of last season's Women's Champions League. So, very good standard, but obviously we want more at the Arsenal. We want to reach the finals and win it. He's also been an assistant coach at men's side Lunds BK, before taking the head coach role 3.5 years later and guiding them to the 2009 second division title. And he switched to women's football when he joined Rosengard, first as an assistant and then as a head coach, achieving back-to-back titles in 2013 and 2014. So he's no stranger to winning things. And that's the manager that we need. Now, not only have we signed a new manager, we've also let go of some of our key players, which was a bit of a worry because we knew Jill Roord would be leaving after 2 years, but it was such a shame because she started out amazingly when she first joined. Then there was a little dip in her performance. Then towards the end of last season and the beginning of last season, actually, she really got into her flow of things and she was on fire. Now, in, I believe, 90 matches, she had 7 goals, 4 assists. A couple of those were hat-tricks. Come on. I can't believe we're letting her go. But she joins the Bundesliga now and will be joining Wolfsburg to play next season. Now, that's one Netherlands player out and also another one who we love and adore. And I'm sure most of you have seen that clip on social media 100,000 times where she does the double nutmeg. Yes, Daniel van der Donk is no longer an Arsenal player. She has joined Champions League giants Lyon, and that was such a shock, but she wasn't getting much game time at Arsenal, and I did start to worry at the beginning of the year, would she still be an Arsenal player next season? And it has been confirmed, and she has written the sweetest, most heartwarming open letter to Arsenal fans, and I urge you all to read it. I mean, it's very long. I would sit here and read it all to you, but I'll just read some of it because it's very touching. If you get the time, actually no, find the time. You have to read it. She goes on to say, it's so rare that footballers stay in one place for so long, and I know that too well. When I arrived at Arsenal in 2015, I'd just come from Sweden and I'd only actually played there for 4 or 5 months. She talks about the time when Pedro brought her over to Arsenal and that she, was easing into a new style of football. And she remembered being quite annoyed that he put her on the bench at the beginning. But then one game, she looked to her left and saw Casey Stoney, Kelly Smith and Farrah Williams. And then she said to herself, oh my God, is this the bench? And she thought to herself, the standards are ridiculous here. And she wasn't wrong. Now, we're going to miss her loads. I mean, she's done quite a lot at her time at Arsenal. During her time since 2015, she's won the Continental Tires Cup in 2017-18, the Women's FA Cup in 2015-16, the league title in 18-19, and also with Netherlands, the Euros in 2017. A star player that will be thoroughly missed, and she joins Lyon. Now, there's been some extra activity that I guess was the worst kept secret, but we have a new striker in town, a new number 14, and you know her all too well. She was the top scorer in the WSL until that record was broken by Vivian Miedema, but she returns to England, returns to the WSL to hopefully maybe take that title back. Nikita Parris joins Arsenal, and I was lucky enough to be one of the first people to speak to her as an Arsenal player, and here's what she had to say.
Hey Pippa.
Hi Keats, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Welcome to Arsenal.
Thank you very much.
I have to ask, I mean, it was a worst kept secret at some parts, but what was the 3 main things that encouraged you to return to WSL and why Arsenal?
I think for the WSL, it was the league itself, the competitiveness, how much it's changed over the last 2 years. I mean, just watching from abroad, the games are so much tighter and so much more talent spread across the teams. Arsenal in particular, just because when I spoke to Claire, she told me about the history of the club, but I also already knew quite a bit of it because I'm not an Arsenal fan, but growing up, I loved Julie Fleeton and Thierry Henry, so I follow the team a lot. But with the new and improved elements that they've put into the women's section, I mean, it only was right for me to, really think about my future. And when I spoke to Claire, they both aligned, so I thought, let's give it a go. Let's go to North London.
I thought one of the main reasons would be because of the top goal scorer record. Are you coming to fight that back?
I mean, that's obviously always on the top of my mind. Like, let's be honest, I'm a striker. I want to score goals, and I want to make history in every team that I'm in. I want to leave a mark, and if I can leave a mark at Arsenal and in the WSL at the same time, let's go for it.
It was announced today that you will be shirt number 14. I mean, previously you've been 17, 7 for England. Was this a personal selection, and why?
14 speaks for itself. Thierry Henry. Because when obviously growing up, he was my role model. Obviously, wore the Arsenal badge. I've had the pleasure of being interviewed by him and just being able to speak to him about Arsenal and about football. And it's crazy how much our similarities align and our thought processes when we met up after Puma because we're both Puma athletes. So yeah, 14 only felt right. Yeah, you want to play with the best talent. And in Pierre-Emerick, you have that. She scores goals for fun. She doesn't just score goals though, she's also brings others into play, and that's what she likes doing. She's been very clear about that. And I want to play for Arsenal because I want to be able to push the team forward and really start to re-win trophies, because ultimately Arsenal have a great history of winning trophies, and we'll bring that back to the forefront. But you've got to have big players and great players to do that, and the more you can keep, the better the team and the club will be. I have had the pleasure of speaking to Jonas before I signed, and we really spoke about how I can best help the team and what positions I will be playing in the different formations. But the most thing for me is making sure that it's the best thing for Arsenal Football Club and that we score goals for Arsenal Football Club. Like, for me, there's great talent in all the positions, and that's what you need. You need depth in your squad. No one player is going to win you a league, win you a Champions League, and all the rest of the domestic trophies in one season. So you need all the players and all the talent to be able to do that.
Now, I don't know about you, but I am super excited to get the season started now. I know the ladies are preparing for Tokyo Olympics, Team GB, Team Netherlands. There's a lot of our players that are in that squad. But listen, I am super excited for next season to see Nikita Parris and Pierre-Emerick up front together. I'm not going to lie to you, at the beginning of the year when I had a doubt or had a feeling that Nikita Parris would come to Arsenal, I thought that would lead to a swap deal, meaning that we'd lose one of our valuable assets, the GOAT herself, Pierre-Emerick. But as it stands, she's still an Arsenal player. She is still here, and she will be utilised alongside Nikita Parris. Now, just imagine the runs in from behind, her running down the left wing. Those two combining, it's going to be mayhem. And let's not forget Caitlin Ford up in there, Beth Mead. We've got options, lots of attacking options, and I cannot wait to see what Arsenal produce next season in the Champions League, in the league, FA Cup, all of it. I'm excited. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Women's Football Show with your women's football updates from Arsenal, and I'll be back soon with some more.